Hey everybody, this is Joseph, the Italian New Yorker living here in rural North Dakota. Now, as you can see, I have my mask on because I'm in the supermarket and it's a little cold outside. We woke up to snow this morning, just a little bit, just a dusting. There's a high of 36 degrees, so it's a little chilly out here, so I walked. But anyway, I'm in the supermarket because I wanted to show you the meats that we have here that are available to us. Now, as you can see, we have beef, product of the USA. I don't know if you can see all the beef. And then we also have, walk over here, here's some of the ground beef. We also have pork. They have plenty of pork. As you can see all the pork, ribs and all kind of pork steaks and chops. And of course, we have chicken. There's plenty of chicken here. You can see the chicken, I think. You can see the chicken, all kinds of chicken there. And that's it. Now, what's interesting is there's something missing, something that I eat all the time, that I grew up eating and that I love to eat, and that is lamb. There's no lamb. They don't sell lamb here. And one time I asked the manager, I went to the store manager and I said, you should get lamb. He said, well, one time we carried it, he said, but nobody bought it. I said, well, I'll buy it. He said, nah, we're not going to do it. So they don't carry lamb. So, and everybody that I've spoken to that I know that lives around here, nobody eats lamb. I'm really surprised. It's one of the most popular meats worldwide, but around here, nobody eats it. But I happen to know where you can find lamb. So let's head home and I'm going to show you what I have done. Okay, guys, I'm back home. Now, before I forget, I just want to say hi, a shout out to my friend Christine Arnault from Camp Anchor. Hey, Christine, she's also from Long Island. And Christine was the one who asked me to do, she said, you have to do something about lamb. So I said, all right, I'll do an episode on lamb. So anyway, like I said, it's really hard to find lamb around here. And that's really interesting because North Dakota is, I think, one of the top 5 states that actually produces sheep and lamb, but they raise it, but for some reason they don't seem to eat it. And but if you know where to look, and there's a few places in Fargo where you can get it. Now, it's kind of expensive. Like, for example, what I do is I buy a shoulder chop. Just a shoulder chop costs about $5, $4.50, $5 for one chop, which is a little on the pricey side, but it's worth it. And then what I do is, you can see, I cook it up. I put it in the pressure cooker, and I cook it with eggplant, tomatoes, carrots, onions, little vegetable stock, and I put in rosemary. And then I put it over the pasta. And and I cook it for about 4 hours. Oh, and it is just so good. And I get 2 meals out of it because I get a nice size. And I get these beautiful, look at this, beautiful chunks of lamb. Oh, that smells good. And it just marinates all together. It's wonderful. Now, of course, there's a few ways you can have lamb. I loved, you could do the roast. I lived in New Zealand for 5 years, so I love eating the, English or Kiwi style, where you roast a leg of lamb, you put on the mint sauce or the mint jelly. That's certainly one way to do it. And you have it with the roast vegetables, and, that's great. Or Mediterranean style. Actually, I'll tell you a cute story. One time I was doing a gig around here, and I was talking to this guy. He was a farmer. And he said, we were talking, and I told him how I really liked lamb, and he said, and I said you couldn't find it, and he said he grew lamb, he raised sheep. So anyway, the next day I get a knock at my door, and it's him, and he's got a whole frozen leg of lamb, and he said, I really enjoyed the music last night. He said, and we were talking. He goes, so here, I raised this. He gave me a leg of lamb. So I saved it, and then I think for the holidays, I cooked it up, and I did it Italian style. I roasted it in olive oil. I put in chunks of garlic throughout it, covered rosemary, and roasted it up. It was delicious. And of course, lamb is eaten a lot, in Italy, Greece, Turkey, all throughout the Middle East. We actually have a guy here who lives in Valley City. He's from Kurdistan, from Iraqi Kurdistan. His name is Nam Sabir, and he owns a restaurant here, a really nice restaurant. But on the menu, he only has American stuff. But once a year, he has a big Kurdish feast outside, and he cooks the lamb. He takes the whole lamb, and he cuts it, stuffs it with rice and all kinds of flavoring, and he'll barbecue it outside about 6 to 7 hours. and has all kinds of, it's special invitation only. And he has all kinds of great Kurdish foods, with including the baklava for dessert, and he has the lamb stew, soups, and vegetables, and it's the wonderful things. Actually, one time my friend Steve Lowe, who I know was watching this video too, Steve came with me because he was visiting, and I actually play. He invites me to play every year. Nam invites me to play every year, and one time he said, "How much would you charge?" And I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll play for free, but you can just feed me." And which he does. And the great thing about that is he always says, "Make sure you take a break. Make sure you eat. Don't forget to eat." And the food is wonderful. So I'm happy to play, and I get to eat all this great food for drink. It's wonderful. So you know where to find the lamb. But Nam only does that once a year in the summertime. So anyway, if you know where to look, you can get great lamb. I'm going to enjoy this. I just want to hope you guys are enjoying your lamb. Unfortunately, I always get my nice roast lambs when I go to New Zealand. Unfortunately, I haven't been to New Zealand in a year now because of COVID, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be there for another year. So I'll have to suffice with this. But believe me, this is wonderful, and it's all mine because one time they made it for Michelle, and she didn't like it at all. So I usually make it when she's not around. So it's all for me. Oh, yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be well. And listen, if you like my channel, please hit like. If you subscribe, that would be great. And I just want to thank, I noticed the other day, I have 30 subscribers. I'm up to 30 subscribers. And each and every one of you who have subscribed, from the bottom of my heart, I really, actually, I think my heart's on this side, whatever, but it's backwards. So I really appreciate it. I never thought I'd get 30 subscribers. I'm happy with 3, so I have 30. I can't believe it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. Bye.